some bookkeeping myths. Bookkeeping is too complicated. It is not. So I hope that this has been helpful to help you understand that it's not that complicated. There are definitely some foundation information that you need to know and understand. But it doesn't have to be too complicated, especially when you're starting out. But also don't be afraid to outsource it if that makes sense for you. Whether outsourcing it is getting a system and a tool that makes it a little bit easier for you, right? Whether it's a free online tool or a paid tool, or getting an actual bookkeeper. The second thing is outsourcing to your bookkeeper means you'll lose control. Not at all. Part of the reason why, even if you have a bookkeeper, it was helpful for you to attend this session is because you need to know what's going on. You need to be able to tell if anything is off as well. And so outsourcing some of these items to a bookkeeper doesn't mean you'll lose control. You should still be in control. If you use some of the online tools that we talked about, you can control access, you can control your security around giving, a bookkeeper access to your financials. And it really should just help you inform, like a bookkeeper should be able to assist you. And actually, a quick FYI, I did notice that QuickBooks also has a live bookkeeping thing. So I think they are now outsourcing virtual bookkeeping as well. I don't know what the pricing structure is. They didn't have that advertised, but it's a new service that they're now offering. A myth, anyone can do your bookkeeping, including your friends and family. This is where some people go wrong. While if your friend or family is an accountant, yes. If your friend or family has taken some, courses, has done some things, yes. Can you even do it? Sure, if you're willing to put in the work to make sure that you really understand what you're doing and still making sure that you're connecting with an accountant at the end of the year. But not just anyone should be doing your bookkeeping. It can cost you so much extra time and headache on the back end when it's not done right the first time around. So just keep that in mind. Having a bookkeeper means you do not need an accountant. That is not the case unless your bookkeeper happens to also be an accountant. They're moonlighting as both, then maybe. But you still would want an accountant when it comes to filing your actual taxes and making sure that you're getting all the proper tax deductions and making sure that your bookkeeper is assigning stuff appropriately so that you can take advantage of the right tax deductions and things are being categorized properly. Also, accounting software will do your bookkeeping for you. No, it will help you tremendously in keeping up with your books, but you still have to go in, bi-weekly, monthly, and categorize those transactions, right? And make sure that you have the proper categories. You still have to put in the work to set it up in the beginning, right? Set up your chart of accounts, making sure that you're tracking things the way that it needs to be tracked, excuse me. Getting behind in bookkeeping is not a problem or an issue. We already talked about that. Hopefully you guys are clear, but that is not true. Getting behind can be a major problem. And understanding bookkeeping basics is not important if I have an accountant. I kind of touched on that a little bit earlier, but it is, right? I've also, unfortunately, heard of the, stories where people have been taken advantage of by bookkeepers or accountants, and you want to really make sure that and even if it's not advantage, they weren't clear about what was being done. And so certain things weren't being done in the way that they needed to have been done. And you want to be clear that ensure that doesn't happen to you. So you need to have a basic working knowledge of what is to happen so that when you're reviewing these documents with your professionals, which you should be reviewing with them, you can ask questions and you can say, hey, that looks kind of off. Why did you categorize it as this? Or why is my net income or why am I seeing a net loss? I actually thought I had X. So you definitely want to make sure that you are aware so that you aren't in the position of being taken advantage of at all.